The next word problem says a 90 kilogram person is in free fall. If air resistance applies a force of 15 newtons, what is the person's acceleration? So go ahead and pause, try to solve this word problem, and when you're ready, unpause. Alright, so let's try to solve this. First, let's write down what's given. You have a 90 kg, so that's mass, and 15N, that's a force, and we're trying to find the acceleration. So let's just draw a picture to see what's happening here. So let's say this is the ground. The person is in midair. They have a mass m. Anything with mass, gravity is going to pull them down with the weight Fg, and so downwards is negative. And here though, there's a air resistance that slows it down. So air resistance is going to oppose gravity. So air resistance is going to point upwards. And we're trying to find the person's acceleration. Okay, so now let's just, we're going to apply Newton's second law, but first let's just get the total force. So the total force is going to equal, well, there's two forces here. You have the air resistance upwards and the weight pointing downwards. So that's going to be Fr minus Fg. And this we can actually calculate. So the total force is, well, actually, let's do a little bit differently. Alright, so now let's apply Newton's second law. So first we're going to get the total force. So the total force is going to be you have the upwards air resistance and a downwards weight. So that's going to be Fr minus Fg. And we can calculate that number because we know both the air resistance and the weight. So the total force is going to be, well, Fr, we know the number. Weight is mass times g, but we can calculate that. So the total force is going to be air resistance, which is 15, minus the mass, which is 90, times g, 9.81. So the total force is going to be negative 867.9 newtons. So that's the total force. Now that you have the total force, then you set that equal to ma. So then the total force, which is going to, total is going to be mass times acceleration. So then this is going to be negative 867.9 equals mass, which is 90 times a. And so to get the a, divide both sides by 90. And so the acceleration should be negative 867.9 divided by 90, and that will give you negative 9.64 meters per second squared.